It was the start of a new school year at Greenfield High, a campus bustling with hundreds of students, well known for its strict standards of excellence. Punctuality, grades, and performance were valued above all else. Every student was expected to give their best, no exceptions. Mr. Cruz, a dedicated but strict class advisor, was getting to know his new set of students. Among them, one boy caught his attention immediately: Andrew. Day after day, Andrew arrived 10 to 15 minutes late, his uniform slightly rumpled, breathing heavy from running. His schoolwork was often rushed, and his grades fell far below the school's expectations. One afternoon, Mr. Cruz called Andrew to his desk. "Why are you always late? What exactly is your problem?" he asked firmly. But Andrew only stared at the floor, lips pressed tight. Not a single word came out of him. This silence only fueled Mr. Cruz's anger. He assumed Andrew was lazy, disrespectful, and unwilling to try. As weeks passed, the lateness continued, and Andrew's performance did not improve. Mr. Cruz grew so frustrated that he began to seriously consider failing Andrew entirely, marking him down for poor attendance and lack of effort. Unsure of what to do, he went to discuss the matter with the principal. "He never explains himself. He can't even come to class on time, and his work is terrible," Mr. Cruz said. "What is the right thing to do here?" The principal listened quietly, then said gently, "Before you decide his fate, go and visit his home. Get to know the boy behind the lateness." But Mr. Cruz had no idea where Andrew lived, so the next day, he decided to follow Andrew after class. But Andrew took narrow, winding streets he had never been before, and before long, Mr. Cruz lost sight of him. He went home that evening more confused and frustrated than ever. The very next morning, something unexpected happened. Mr. Cruz was held up at home and missed the school bus entirely. With no other choice, he had to commute, hailing a taxi to take him to school. As the taxi drove through the older part of town, Mr. Cruz froze. There, walking briskly along the sidewalk, was Andrew. Without thinking, he told the taxi driver to stop. "Just pull over here, please," he said, even though he knew he would be late for his own class. He paid the fare and followed Andrew at a safe distance, careful not to be seen. What he saw next made his heart ache, and warm tears began to roll down his cheeks. Andrew stopped in front of a small, simple house. He went inside, and a few moments later, came out carefully guiding his father, a man paralyzed from the waist down, unable to walk on his own. Andrew gently settled his father into a worn wheelchair under the shade of a tree. He adjusted the blanket over his legs, wiped his father's face with a cloth, poured him a glass of water, and checked again and again to make sure he was comfortable and safe. He talked softly to his dad for a minute, then turned and ran as fast as he could towards school, already late again. Mr. Cruz stood there, crying, unable to move. All this time, he had thought Andrew was lazy, irresponsible. He had yelled at him, scolded him, even thought of failing him. But Andrew was not late because he did not care. He was late because he was carrying a burden no child his age should have to carry alone. Every morning, before he even thought of school, he made sure his father was okay. That day, Mr. Cruz realized how wrong he had been. He did not want to punish Andrew anymore. He wanted to help him. The next morning at school, Mr. Cruz arrived early. Classes had already started when the door opened, and Andrew walked in, head bowed, eyes fixed on the floor, ashamed as always, ready for the shouting and scolding he had grown used to for years. Mr. Cruz said nothing. He did not yell, he did not scold. He only gave Andrew a soft, kind nod, letting him take his seat. Then he turned to Andrew's seatmate and said, "Please share your notes with Andrew, and help him catch up on the lessons he missed, okay?" Andrew froze. He could not believe what he was hearing. For years, all he had ever got from teachers was anger, punishment, and criticism. No one had ever been kind to him about being late. Tears rolled down his face, dropping onto his desk. After class, Mr. Cruz called Andrew over. He told Andrew what he had seen, and said gently, "I'm sorry I ever got angry at you. I didn't know. From now on, you don't have to carry this alone. I will help you." Andrew cried even harder, overwhelmed that someone finally understood. Mr. Cruz kept his promise. He adjusted Andrew's deadlines, arranged for extra help with his lessons, and told the class about Andrew's situation. His classmates stepped up too, taking turns to help Andrew study. On weekends, the whole class would visit Andrew's home, bringing food, small gifts for his father, and helping with chores around the house. With all the love and support, Andrew worked harder than ever. He graduated from school with flying colors, all because a teacher chose to understand instead of judge. Moral of the story: never judge someone's actions without knowing their story. Behind every mistake, every delay, every struggle, there is a battle you know nothing about. Anger punishes, but understanding and kindness can change a life forever.